Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue on with section 1.4, equations in quadratic form, part 3. We've been working with radicals. Now we're going to move into a little bit of a cool question with quadratics. So far we've been used to dealing with something that's just been like ax squared plus bx plus c. But sometimes the math problems are not exactly as easy as that to solve. And this is kind of really cool what we can do here. So I've got this equation, 0 equals x minus 3 squared plus 5x minus 3 minus 6. So what I could do is go ahead and multiply this whole thing out and then solve it. But I can take a little bit of a shortcut. Because if you think about it for just a second, what if that right there was an x? Would I be in a quadratic form? And the answer is yeah. So what we're going to do is use that idea to actually solve this problem. We're not going to use x because x is already in our question. We're going to use another variable. So let's give you an idea how this is going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do a substitution. But I need to make sure I tell everybody what my substitution is that I'm dealing with. So I'm going to say let u equal x minus 3. Okay, so by doing that, anywhere in the problem that I see the quantity x minus 3 together, I can substitute it in with a u. So over here, that means I get 0 equals u squared plus 5u minus 6. Okay, now that becomes a much easier problem to solve because now I can factor this thing. So I need the factors of negative 6 that give me 5. That would be a positive 6, negative 1. So I know it's 0 equals u plus 6, u minus 1. So I know that u is equal to negative 6 and u is equal to positive 1. But remember, I'm not trying to solve for u, I'm trying to solve for x. So now we go back and back substitute. So what was u? Well, u is just x minus 3. So x minus 3 equals negative 6. So x is equal to negative 3. And u equals x minus 3. So that means that x minus 3 equals 1. So x is 4. So our solution set here is negative 3, 4. So that was so much easier than us actually solving it the other way. All right, now I want you to turn off the video and try the next problem on your own and then turn it back on to see if you get it correct. I'll work it out. So in this case, we're going to let u equal 1 minus y. All right, so we're going to get 3 u squared plus 5u plus 2 equals 0. Let's factor this. Factors of 6 that add and give me 5 be 2 and 3. So let's see, we get 3u squared, 2u, 3u, 2. And let's see, this is going to give us 3u. This is going to give us a positive 2. This is going to give us a u, and that's a positive 1. So we know we're going to factor here to 3u plus 2 and u plus 1, and we know that that equals 0. So now we're going to set each one of those factors equal to 0. So 3u plus 2 equals 0, and u plus 1 equals 0. So let's see, this is going to be 3u equals negative 2. U is equal to negative 2/3. And this is u equals negative 1. Now the key to remember here is that we don't want to know what u is, we need to know what y is. So we've got to back substitute. So let's get a little, remember u is 1 minus y. So let's get a little bit more room here and do our substitution. So we're going to get, sorry about that, we're going to get 1 minus y equals negative 2/3, and 1 minus y equals negative 1. I'm going to do this one first. Negative y equals negative 2. Y is equal to positive 2. So now we got to deal with the fraction here. So let's see, we get negative y equals negative 1 minus 2/3. So that's negative y equals negative 3/3 minus 2/3, which is 5/3. So negative y equals negative 5/3. So y is equal to 5/3. So our solution set then here is 5/3, comma 2. All right, you guys have a nice evening.